State your name and tell us where you're from.
Brooklyn Adams. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Grew up in the Brewster Projects on 75 and Mac.
So tell me, how was it? How was your upbringing? Did you have a mom and dad at home? How was it? How was it coming up as a child?
I grew up in a household with my mom, grandmother, and granddad. My mom was in and out of, in and out of prison all her life, so it was basically my grandmother and my granddad that raised me and my sisters.
Okay. So what happened to you to cause you to get incarcerated?
All type of stuff. To start with, I had, got into the streets and started selling fake pills, setting niggas up to get robbed, taking trips on the highway, you name it, I did it. It was just didn't care, broke shit.
So how old was you when you jumped off the porch?
Like right, 18.
18.
Yep.
You know what caused you to start doing what you feel like you needed to make money? What caused it?
Being greedy, growing up, having the best of everything. And once I had my first child, which he's 18 now, my mom and them cut me off everything, and I was so used to having the best of everything. So I'm like, okay, I got something for y'all. So I started boosting. And then the boosting just escalated. I got the clothes, I got the shoes, I'm making a couple dollars. Now, this is not enough. Next, and it just got onto credit cards, writing checks, going in the bank, cashing fake checks, whatever hustle, whatever scheme and scam, I was on it to make some money. All around hustler, that's what it was.
So what took place for you to get incarcerated?
The case that got me incarcerated was a robbery gone bad, and the people got my license plate to the car and turned it in, and I was on parole actually at the time for a case prior, and when I went and reported, they kept me. I'm like, dang, this some bullshit. What happened? And the case came up. They end up telling on me. I went to trial, beat the trial, and then that I end up just taking the plea because I didn't want to go back to a second trial and then play with my freedom like that. So I took a plea. I didn't tell on my co-defendants or the people that was involved. So what's that?
And what was the plea agreement?
The first plea was 12 years. Then it went from 12 to 7. Then from 7 to 4. So I took a 4.5-year plea. But that was before I turned down all the pleas, and then that's when we took it to trial. And then I won the trial, but it was a mistrial. So instead of the judge throwing it out, she was like, no, we're going to order up another trial. So beforehand, at the time, my mom like, don't play with these people freedom. You already, don't play with these people in your freedom. Go on and take this plea and just leave these people alone. So I just like, that's how I ended up taking a 4-year plea, because I was going to go back to have another trial, but my mom and I'm like, no, don't do it. So.
And how long was you incarcerated before you met Mitchelle Blair?
I was in the valley for, 3 years. Yeah, it was 3 years. But I knew about her case, and I've heard about her. We were just waiting like, we can't wait till this bitch get to prison to see how she is, who the fuck she thinks she is for putting these motherfucking kids in this freezer. So it was like 3 years, yep, before I actually initially got a chance to actually see this monster that quote unquote that was speaking on.
So how was the valley before she got there? How was time there?
Was it hard? My time was never hard. I treated doing my time like the street. I went in there, hustled, ate good, dressed good, had my visits, did me, same thing. Nothing didn't change. Did my time with ease. I was a rebel too, though, but that's a whole nother story.
So you say you hustled. What type of hustle was going on?
At the time, Suboxone strip was real tough. So I had these things called Subutex pills, which is a Suboxone form, but it's a pill. And then I had Suboxone strips. I used to sell everything: lighters, weed, tongue rings, you name it, I had it. They wanted it, they can get it. Condoms, blunt wraps, with everything. So, but for the most part, I made all my money off the Suboxone strips. Yeah.